So today I'm going to share about Remakehub. Before I start, just want to check how many people are entrepreneurs here? Everybody. Oh, great. Perfect. Yeah. So because when Marian talked to me about, and he said that this breakfast is not about, it's not a sales pitch. So I'm not going to talk about how great we are. I'm just going to talk about how we get to where we are. I think this is more, there's more take-home value for everybody here today. So for now, our tagline for Remakehub, what we do is that we help companies to recycle things, okay? We turn trash into something valuable again. And we have this new tagline is that we're the creative player of sustainability. How we to get to this point? Actually, it's not just, when we started in 2018, we didn't have this before. Before, our PPT says, from pollution to solution. But why would we do this, okay? There's a couple of reasons why. My co-founder, Cici, she's more into creativity, art, design, and these things. And while I'm more into technology, supply chain manufacturing. So, and then, well, she's the big boss. She's really the original co-founder. I joined it a little later. So, and she said that one time, she said that it's like art, design, this is very important for me. So, okay, then we decided, it's like, okay, let's not use that pollution to solution. That seems a bit generic. And the most important thing is can maybe wow people, especially when we go, let's say, talk to a potential customer. So we reach out to one of my friends who has a lot of experience in branding and creativity, in creating campaigns and so on. And then his team came up with this, the creative player of sustainability. And when we saw this, immediately she felt it's like, wow, this is who she is. So to this point is that I think is that sometimes for entrepreneurs, we're trying to maybe be someone that we're not who we are. But I think at the end, we have to look back and see, okay, creativity, that's our strength. Let's really fully utilize this, okay? Next slide, please. So here it says, who is Remakehub? We established in 2018. So we're about 4 years old. And we're the most hippie, creative waste player in the sustainability industry. So that's how we want to define ourselves. Because when we started in 2018, there weren't that many people in this field. So we can still use that pollution to solution. But now as the competition is heating up, so we want to be more focused on really what our strength is and what is our identity. So this is how we see ourselves. Okay? And we're very fortunate in earlier that the United Nations found us and helped us. We joined their acceleration program. So I will share a little bit about that later also. Thanks. So here, this is some typical things you see in a company deck, our vision, our mission, and so on. So this is just how we want to reinforce and why there's a planet, okay? This is very interesting is that one time Cici drew a picture that she was holding a planet, and it was from her dream, okay? So, and the designer for the branding, she used that too. So it really fits it, okay? So I think even though when we're doing a lot of PowerPoint that is for potential clients, I think it's cool that we incorporate some of this identity into the deck to make it more standout. Yeah. And so here we said we aim to build a hyper-dimensional remake planet beyond this time and space. So it's something just make people think and something cool. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we talk about creativity and about our background, and then it's that what we really focus is that we combine technology and creativity to turn something that is turn waste into something useful. So that's how we want to we're positioning ourselves. Okay, next. And here's some of the services we do. How do we get to these services? It's actually not just like boom like that. It's just constantly just talking to people, like events like this, talking to our friends, potential clients, and we came up with this. Every time we talk to somebody, they'll say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? So that we actually come up with some of these services. We've done some social engagement with some other company. It was a request because some people is just like, okay, you help us to turn this waste into some cool products. Can you also help us to promote it? Do you have anything that promote? Because maybe this brand, this company never done anything like this. And then we think, okay, this is an opportunity for us. So that we just kind of evolve from 2018 to today. It's just we keep evolving, seeing what the market needs are, and then we plug some of these things through using our network and our resources. So we help people to do the product launch, we're making things, sometimes events, because ways into new products sometimes have tie with with art. So there's some people that want to, hey, can you help us to do something like immersive? Okay, I think we can do that to create like an experience like that. So that's why we have these services. It's not, we're just showcasing what our capabilities are. So a lot of times, especially in some new industry, new fields, people want to see that, okay, because they don't have the expertise or the experiences. So we have to plug that in, and that creates an opportunity for an entrepreneur. Right, next. So here's my co-founder, Cici. She was called the Trash Princess because how did she get that title? Is because when we started, we were in WeWork. So the people around it, so you're the one that collecting trash and turning something. So you are the Trash Princess. So that's how she got that title. And then she was like, okay, that sounds cool. Even though some of her parents didn't like it. It's like, what? You're playing with trash? You know, traditional Chinese some thinking is like, I send you to UK to study so long time and you come back and you do trash? It's like, no. But she shows that, no, Mom, I can do something really unique. It's like, look, I actually could get on Phoenix TV and different TV, and there's some media coverage and so on. So it's cool. It's sometimes some people may think that your title or whatever your identity may not be cool, but somebody who found it cool. But if you stick it along, you find something amazing out of it. Okay, next. So here's some of the clients that we work with. We're very fortunate. It's how do we get to this? It's about connecting with people. Okay, we had a couple of really marquee projects that really put us on the map. One of them is, I'll share later, it's with Vision Direct with WWF. And we also did some Wagas, Shake Shack, and then some more, some of these companies invite us for some speaking, and some of these other companies, it's just through friends of friends. Sometimes friends are like, hey, you are doing that trash thing, right? Hey, I got somebody that needs something. Maybe you should talk to him. Okay, so that's how we got to this. But it's just really about reaching out, doing social media, going to events like this, sit in the WeWork, talk to the person next to you or something, and then somehow it will just trickle. It really works. There's no magic trick. It's not like I know all these people off my head. I don't know all these people's WeChat. I don't have their Instagram. I didn't solicit them on LinkedIn or anything. It's just word of mouth and this. So creating a very focused, direct identity is very important. Okay. Next. So here's some of our solutions, the plastic solutions. Okay. So this is really the event that put us on the map. It's this with Vision Direct and with the WWF of Australia. So we turned this one of the waste fishing nets into sunglasses, into a pair of sunglasses like this. And this was an event that this project was. How did we get to this? I have a friend he's the Vision Direct, the founder. One time I was just sitting with CC, and then we were doing some we did some R&D. We found it's like, hey, we can make turn some waste or other material into sunglasses. And I just was like, okay, I just take a picture and send to my friend. And I told him, hey, this is made from waste. And he was like, wow, made from waste? And then he asked me, what about the price? And I told him such and such price. And then he's saying like, let's have a meeting. Just somehow, some random, I decided to, out of my mind, it's like, hey, I have a friend doing this. Hey, let's show him. What do you think? When I talked to him, I didn't want to solicit, say, hey, let's do this. I was just saying like, yeah, my friend is in sunglasses business. Maybe he can teach me a thing or two about how to make these glasses better. But it turned out to be a really marquee project for us. So a lot of times it's just that 1 second away. It's like somebody on your WeChat list or LinkedIn or wherever, so you know, sitting next to you, just reach out and see. Something happens. Yeah, shit just happens. Yeah. Okay, next. And this one is with, we did it for Shake Shack. So we turned some of the used bottle caps and then into this souvenirs for the Christmas time. So you can kind of hang on a Christmas tree ornament. And then how get this? Another is a friend. The friend is so happen is just like working at Shake Shack at that point in time. And then it's like, hey, this is something, you guys doing something cool. By the way, we have this need. Can we do something? So this is how we get there. Actually, before we do this, we in 2018-19, we did a lot of these souvenirs like tote bags, T-shirts, and things. And now we don't do that because part of it because there's a lot more competitions. But at those point in time, it helped. But now we really don't do much of that anymore. So you can see how we pivot from something that got commodity. We have to say, okay, competition is getting greater. Let's focus on what our strength ability is. And then we just focus on these things. It may take a long time, but I think this is where we believe that it will get us further than just making tote bags and gift bags for some other companies. Okay. So this is in our case, is for Philips that we did turn these old toothbrush heads into a toothbrush stands. So we it's the white part, not the white part. So we did testing and research on finding the right material on this toothbrush and turn it into that. So we have to destroy it. Actually, we collect this from the consumers. They just go on the WeChat program and then type in their address. The express guy courier will come pick it up and send it to us, to our warehouse, and then we do that. So at for this project, we added that capability is that the WeChat part and the social engagement. So we work with them. So it's like the brand has this request. It's like we look at us. It's like, do we have anyone that in our own network that we can trust can really execute this? And we do some. So we help. Yeah. Okay. Next. Mm-hmm. And then here's some of the fashion solution we have. So this is some of this, we can help brands to turn some of this textile waste and clothes that people don't want or some defected or somebody when they return, there's some like stains or marks on it, so cannot have any resale value. We help them to sometimes go back to the supply chain, turn them into some fibers that can go back to yarns, or we downcycle it into like insulations and other things. So how do we get this is that my co-founder and I, we have backgrounds in textiles, okay? Her family business and my family business are all in that. So we have people that know us through that. And then it's like, hey, do you know how you can do this? Can you do this for us? And it's like, okay, I think we can do that. And that's how we got this. Right now, the fashion part and the plastic part, that's our main focus. We just want to focus on this because anytime when you're a small team, you want to focus on some things. And then also is that when you focus on a vertical, couple verticals, you can really build the expertise and the track record for it, right? Okay, next. Mm-hmm. So we also help some global footwear brands to turn some of these waste shoes, discarded shoes, into some in-store fixtures for store use. How do we get this? It's through a friend. Yeah, somehow a friend that works for this brick brand, and then this become a trendy thing for brands to do, turning waste into something, use it, and it's also part of the company's ESG KPI. Okay, let's do something. So it takes time to build. This is a recent case we did last year. So all this thing didn't happen in 2018. 2018, 2019, we just did some tote bags and these things for people. But as the industry progresses, company wants to have more engaging and more deeper ESG solutions for their companies, and that's how we evolve with them also. And what's more, so this is some of the one project that key project we're working on is the plastic panels. So we're turning plastic waste into panels for in-store fixtures. So this part is handled by my co-founder Sissy. That's like go back to there. We want to focus on plastics and textiles, right? So we found this as an opportunity, and then with this potential that it can do this, and because we already have the expertise in the plastics and so on. Okay, let's do this because there are brands that are asking for it. There are some market needs. Okay, let's try that. Let's do this. Let's focus on this for this couple years. So that's how we got to this. It's all kind of one built upon the other. Okay, next. And then we also try some bio-leather. Why do bio-leather? In 2018, 2019, we wanted to do some new material development also. And one area we identified in 2018, 19 was bio-leather, and the other one was textile waste into fiber. So okay, so let's keep on exploring. It's okay. Keep on exploring what we can do this. So this really hasn't turned in any revenue for us yet, but we believe that this is something we need to do. When we're talking about creativity, we're talking about technology. Okay, we need to spend time and resources onto developing something that it's what is happening maybe 2-3 years down the road. Even though we're a small team, but we could still manage within our own very tight resources and limited budget that we can do this. Part of it is people think it's cool. We could connect people that will have the same mindset. Let's try this using that kind of mindset. Yeah, it's not just Elon Musk can do that. It's just if you find something interesting, the other person find interesting also, and you could really work together, right? So we're working on that, and that's about it. My sharing for today, and then we can go into the Q&A. You can ask me about anything you want about our company and in this space and so on. Okay, thanks.